y'all. Hey, welcome
Hey,
back.
welcome back.
I'm Crystal.
And I'm Alisa.
And we are That's Right, your favorite sister podcast. Look, if you missed last week, you missed it. Go on back and watch the previous episode because
Yes.
Lisa is finishing up her story today. She's going to give us a quick recap and then let us know about this falling out she had with a friend. All right, Lise.
Woo, Lords. Recap. Yes, so in the last episode, I was saying God will remove people from your life.
Yes.
People are only in there sometimes for a certain period of time. And so I thought I had a friend, but she really was not a friend. Known her for about 3 years, but it was just event situations that I would meet up with her, and she wanted to help me out for the new year with my marketing, taking pictures of me, whatnot. And so I was with that. She had time, and I don't know, it just went kind of downhill after her helping me. So within the period of times of her helping me, she was telling me that she wanted some credit for the pictures. And at that time, like I said, I was like, cool, okay.
You just made a little mistake.
Yeah, just cool, whatever. And so the new year came around, I posted a picture, then posted about like 2 reels, 30-second reels. And she hit me up because I had forgot to add her or include her as a videographer,
like tag her
or whatever. I really wasn't clear what she exactly wanted me to do, but I didn't do what she needed me to do. So she hit me up and she was like, I'm dissatisfied. I'm just mad at you. She was very, very emotional, and she just expressed that, she was doing this because she wanted some credit and I didn't give her that credit, and she's tired of people doing her like this. And so, in that moment, I apologized. I acknowledged her feelings, but at the same time, I'm just like, okay, in my mind, I'm just like, were you doing this as a friend, or were you really just doing this to try to get some credit? I'm a little lost and confused now because I didn't think it was that serious. But I also asked her, just for straight transparency, since she was making it more business, like, even if you were to be able to, if I did add your name, and me having the business that I have, if somebody called you, what would you be able to offer them? Honestly, really, right now at this point, I was not trying to throw shade. I was really just trying to be serious because she was really, really like sentimental and taking it serious with me. I said it. Maybe I was a little harsh. Maybe that sounded like shade, but it was real. And so she didn't really have a good comeback. She was like, she knows people that could do it, which was honestly still, it was not a great comeback because why do you really want credit? Anyways, before we hung up, I was like, is everything straight? I'll make sure that I go back and I'll add you on social media. I don't have no problem with that. That's my bad. I was just rushing. I'll add you on social media. And I went and I did that. But when I went to go call her, I was blocked. So
how did you know you were blocked? Like,
because
just it went straight to voice.
I seen on social media, you can tell when people block you.
Oh, you went to call you?
Yeah, I went to
so
social
not
media.
Like her cell phone. Okay,
yeah,
okay,
so
okay.
I went on social media, blocked, and I tried to call her, but no answer, no nothing. She didn't call back. We had other agendas ahead, and just never heard from her. So she's in her feelings, definitely. So
no. I just didn't know if, because like sometimes the phone can go straight to voicemail and it's not blocked.
Yes,
but go ahead.
Absolutely. So people may look at this and may say, "Oh, you were inconsiderate. That was inconsiderate because she wanted you to do something." But I really don't honestly feel like that was inconsiderate because the history of the relationship that we had, I feel like I've been there for her through a lot. Where even if I did make a mistake, she could have at least granted me a little grace. I did apologize for it. I acknowledged it. I went back and I fixed the problem. So I fixed, whatever it is, to just appease her, but she still blocked me. So the only thing I could do honestly in that situation was just, again, thank God, because I felt like he just removed her out of my life because all she wanted was some credit. That's not the type of friend that I am.
Right.
That's not the type of friend. If I'm going to help a friend, I'm just going to help them. I'm not looking for anything in return at all.
Right.
And I felt like she wasn't being a friend because she was looking for something in return.
Right.
Even if I said, okay, yes, I'm going to do it, and I didn't do it at that time, you didn't even give me enough time to fix my problem, fix my whatever it is. So I just find that to be a problem.
And y'all hadn't had any issues before?
No. No. No
Because that
issue.
does seem like if I said I wanted credit, right? Like we had a conversation like, hey, don't forget to tag me, girl.
Yeah.
And then you forgot. And then I came to you and I said, yo, like, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
And this is not, like, we've been good for 3 years. That does seem like extreme.
It was very extreme to me.
Mm-hmm.
Very extreme. And I don't even know what else to say about it. But I just feel like, thank you, God.
Mm-hmm.
Some things you don't ask why.
Right.
You don't try to figure it out. Because if
No,
it was that
fair.
easy, we were never friends from the jump.
No, and I think that's
We was
fair.
never friends from the jump.
I don't know that I think you guys were never friends, but I think that some people, and so like I try to grant people grace because sometimes people are going through things that you don't know. And so then they start internalizing everything around them.
Yeah,
right? And so let me
that.
say this. I have done that. I have been going through something and where, maybe 3 different people are being inconsiderate and using me or whatever. And then the one time you do something, I am like, I'm tired of this.
Yes.
Now, I would, if you say like, no, like it was a genuine mistake and you go fix it up, I know that I would have, allowed you to fix it. But I do see how people can't, and I think people are just people and people are human. So I can't see how, and you hate it, right? But something can bleed into the next situation. It's like, it's just like us working really hard and then going home and yelling at our kids.
Yes.
Because we're stressed out.
Absolutely.
And so, but so she hasn't come back around because we're in February now.
It definitely has. I'm not looking for her.
No.
But she definitely has not come back around. And honestly,
it's a weight off.
Yeah, I'm good.
No, I think
I'm good.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
I don't need that type of negativity in my life at all. Right? If you're easy to cut me off that quick, what's the next thing? You gonna cut me next time? Like you cut me off. Like
there's gonna be
you gonna cut me next time.
There's gonna be physical violence next time, you guys. This girl, Lisa, is gonna go to the extreme. She gonna have a blade next time.
Real is real. Real is real. You fool me once, but you're not gonna fool me twice.
Look, fool me once, shame on you.
Yes,
fool me twice. Wait, shame on me.
Something like that.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's something. But you ain't gonna do it 2 times over here.
Nah.
Not that that's right.
Nah.
No, I feel you. Like like I said, I can grant her grace for being upset because sometimes you allow one thing to bleed into the relationship. But then Lisa comes. Lisa is like, yo, I'm super sorry. Let me correct this now. Then they know, you know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Yes.
I'm sorry that you lost a friend.
I didn't lose a friend.
I know you're not sorry.
I did not lose a friend.
sorry, not sorry.
Did not.
Sorry. She wasn't
at all. She was never a friend.
And so I have did you hear that?
I heard that pop.
Let me tell you something. That pop. This is just a quick side story. One of the comments on one of our like really highly viewed reels was I couldn't get past the smacking. I'm a black girl from Decatur. Y'all know I'm a black girl from Decatur. I'm gonna smack, baby. I am gonna kiss my teeth.
Do I continue to miss these?
Girl,
God be keeping me from these because he don't want me to comment.
I don't even comment.
I know, and you should not.
But it tickles me because I love that about me. I remember I didn't realize I did it until I was grown, Lisa. I was at work one day and this is so embarrassing. Y'all know I'd be so transparent on this thing. I'm like hiding my face right now. I'm so embarrassed. But this girl, this white one was talking to me and she was like, I just love it when girls like do that smacking. And I was like, so I was young, trying to be sophisticated. Young and not confident who I was. Like I wanted to be somebody else. I wanted to be more sophisticated than I was. I wanted to be disassociated from Decatur. Like I really did. Like now, like I am Decatur where it's greater. That's where I'm from, whatever. But when I was younger,
you wasn't your authentic self.
I was not. I was not. And I was trying to be somebody else. So I was like, ugh. I hate it when girls talk like that. She was like, you do that all the time. Never realized I did it until she said I did it. And then after she said it, I heard it all the time. So I do it now. I don't think about it. This girl puts it on the post. Ever since I've read it, I can hear it every time I do it.
That's
but anyway,
so funny.
I don't mind it because a black girl from Decatur. I'm a black girl who black girls and gonna continue to black girl.
And you doing what you're doing.
And look, and have been very successful doing it.
Yes, absolutely.
That said with the pop. Let's get back on track. We're talking about friendships and love. Anyway, okay. So I have a friend. I told you guys like 20 years. I have seen this friend through so many things. Like, first of all, we both used to be a disaster. You hear me? We were a disaster together, though.
Yes.
Vacationing, like, literally, one of my closest friends helping me with my kids as I was a single mother, like, ride or die.
Yes.
So we just, I mean, this is when I don't borrow no money now or whatever. We used to pass money back and forth. Like, this person was awesome.
Yes.
This person developed an addiction. And so I still ride. Like, even to the point that this person's like hallucinating one time. And I didn't know about the addiction at the time. So I didn't know there was a hallucination. I didn't know any of that. And he called me. He was like, people are after me. So I was freaking out. I called my husband at work. I was like, babe, somebody, because my husband knows the guy or whatever. He was like, I was like, somebody's after him. Please go get him. So, and this is a true story. So my husband gets off work late at night and goes to get this. I love my husband. Your brother.
Yes.
He goes and gets to get my friend. And he's texting me while he gets him. And he's like, he tripping.
Dang.
And he was like, ain't nobody after him. He's bugging in this car.
Oh my God.
So I was like, we'll take him to his mom's house. I didn't want to be alone. To his mom, and I called his, I know his mom really well. So I called his mom. I was like, yo, she was like, Crystal, you have to like walk away from this. Like, this is, he has some issues. So he was in and out of mental health facilities, in and out. And I mean, I got his back. But, and this is going on for years. Years of like prayer, years of, I'm not addicted. I can get off this anytime. Years of people calling me like, no, he's addicted.
Wow.
So, about 4 months ago, he called me. He was in a mental health facility, and he like needed some money to go to a hotel afterwards. And so I was like, I will, use my card, because they didn't take cash, so I couldn't cash app him. I said, I'll get a room for you. He was in another state. And so when I called, they were like, yeah, no, you have to show up with the card. You can't just do it or whatever. And so I was like, well, I don't have a way to do that. So he like gives somebody else my phone number. And he has a history of doing this. So he had a history of telling me like, oh, these people are after me. These people are after me. But then like, I'm going to give so-and-so your phone number.
Yeah. Doing anything.
And like, or I see people following me. I'm coming to your house. I'm like, I have children.
Okay.
And that's what I would tell them. Like, I have kids. You can't come to my house with that. And so this went on for years. And he started off when I was telling him like, you can't come. You can't. If you think someone's after you, don't bring that to my doorstep. And so, because he was like, I don't want to go to my mom's house. And I'm like, so you have respect, because he didn't want the people at his mom's house. I'm like, you got respect for that, but you don't have respect for me and my children. And this was before all of my kids are out of the house. And so then, even at that time, he was like, I would have done this for you before we would have done. And I'm like, yes, we would have, because we were both stupid. I mean, I was never on no drugs, and he wasn't either. But I'm like, yo, we're grown now, like for real. So anyway, so at this time, he's in this facility, needs the money from the hotel. I'm not able to give it to him. So yeah, somebody called me and gave him my number, and I was just like, I don't know these people. He knows where I live now. So he's been to this house. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, my safety is at risk, and you don't care. Like, and here's the thing. I believe that this person loves me to the most he can love me. And I love him so much. But you are not in your right mind. And I cannot sacrifice my life for something. And so he started calling me from all these numbers. Like, I can't believe you're doing this. I would never do you like this, whatever. And it's so funny. I think about this because I'm weird. So I have blocked numbers on my phone. And sometimes I'll go and check my voicemail, and it'll show you the blocked voicemails. Yeah. And he had left me a voicemail recently. And it's like, I really just don't know what happened. I never thought, because every time he would call me from a number and I would realize it was him, I was just like, what? And so I never did him like that. Like, we used to argue and stuff, but I never really did him like that. And so he said the last call, he was like, you seem so disgusted to talk to me. And I never thought we would be at this point. I would never do you like this. And so, but he would be calling like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, just wild. And so I was like, he's like, can you just tell me what I did? But I knew, because he's like always tripping. You know what I'm saying? I could have the conversation, and guess what? You're going to give somebody else my phone number next week. And so I needed to just do like a clean break, cut off. And so it kind of breaks my heart, because I do extend love to him, right? And I pray for him often, because he has a disability that that he has to get deliverance from,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he won't really get treatment. And his mom is like, you have to walk away,
Absolutely.
And so I just don't want something to happen to him.
Yeah.
And then I don't know because I blocked him. I do believe his mom would call me, but it's just like, so I mean, while it's different, he cannot comprehend why I have decided this isn't something I can do. Because I mean, he's had this addiction at least for the last 5 years. And I have been dealing with this for the last 5 years. And so it's literally maybe December was when I was like, yo, I can't.
How many
take it.
times do you know that he's been in intervention?
So not really intervention. He will go whenever he gets arrested, because he gets arrested a lot.
Oh my goodness. Mm-hmm.
A lot. Or whenever he doesn't have anywhere to live. He'll go, but he's not really, he'll go to the mental health facility.
Okay.
He'll just check himself in. So, but he doesn't have, so he's not really, because he'll say to you in a minute.
He's in denial. Still,
yeah. Right? And it was crazy because I literally was in denial up until like November. This has been going on for years. Wow. I thought it was like something he was doing recreationally. Like, I mean, he could stop as a grown man, whatever. And I remember he called me and he was like, somebody, all my friends think I'm a family law attorney, but I know every type of law. So everybody call me about everything. Can I sue them for? No. Do you have a child involved? Don't call my number. But he called me and he was like, his roommate was trying to put him out. And so me, because that's my friend from ever, I was like, he can't just put you out. He gonna have to evict you. You've been there for how long? He can't just put you out. I ain't no landlord tenant attorney, but I know that. And so his friend got on the phone. I was like, put him out if you want to. You can't put him out. I told my friend, I said, call the police if he try to put you out. So his friend was like, he couldn't believe that I was doing that. He's like, and that's so he was like, no, like this dude is like on, and his friend was like a doctor. Wow. Like not like some just scam me. Like what he was like, I would have never allowed him to come here if I had known he had this problem. Wow. And so, but I was having his back up until then. And so because I got on the phone and dealt with it, his friend actually left the place and was like, I will leave you here and I will give you like 30 or 60 days to get out. But I'm not going to stay here. Yes. And so he did. He took that time and he left, and he did leave in that time or whatever. And I've seen him since then. It's just been a lot. And so, but it's weird because like I was saying earlier, you are the villain in some people's story. And so I know I have extended myself and even opened my home, like not when he called and said somebody was chasing him, obviously, but like, hey, you need somewhere to be, like, just come here. You can come stay with my husband's like, he can come stay with us. Like he needs to see, because we have a really safe space. So people come here and they get healing and deliverance and peace and love here. We know that. So we're like, come to our space. Would never come. Just is like, no, I'm good. And it's just like, now you just out here. And so, but I believe that God can do anything. And I believe that the prayers of the righteous availeth much. And so I pray for him. And I have the kids, because the kids know him so well. Like he helped me with them. And so they are really, really kind of devastated about it all, And so, but we're all, constantly praying and just constantly praying, because I do, just like in your situation, like I don't know this girl, but I just, given what you've said, and there's two sides to every story, there is hurt there,
Sounds like
and it just talks about that people who haven't, and I know with my friend, he lived so much of his life not having experienced love, like from people that he wanted it from. He has a void that only God can fill. Just like I feel like your friend, and like, again, not knowing her, has a void only God can fill. And so it's just, it burdens my soul.
Yes, we'll continue to pray for both of them.
Amen.
Amen on
Look at you, prayer warrior.
Yeah, that was good. Thank you. But yeah, just was listening to you, and I heard when you were saying, with him that you would bounce money back and forth. You'll give him money, he'll give you money. And when you were saying that, I was like, that's a part of friendship too that I feel like I draw a thin line with. Because somewhat I'm a giver if I know that my friend needs it.
Right. Not somewhat, you are a giver.
Yeah. I will help if needed. So I've had friends who have come to me, and need some money and ask for some money. And if I really, really have it, of course, I'm going to give it to you. You know, money's money, right?
Right. Yeah.
And so I've been in situations with friends that have asked to borrow money and literally would say, you know, on this particular day, I'll pay you back. I'll give you the money back. Cool. No pressure. You told me you was going to pay me back, but I ain't looking, you know, I'm not really looking for it like that. The day comes around, you a friend, but you ain't even called me.
Are they shopping?
You having a good old time. I see you on social media. I see you doing your thing.
Social media done made it hard for people not to pay back.
But you have not called me. And I feel like I have a problem with that because it just makes me feel like I'm being taken advantage of. Even if you didn't have the money, even though on social media you're partying, so it looked like you do have the money, but you didn't even have the audacity or the consideration to just call me and say, "Hey, friend, can you hold off another week? Or I got you, or I didn't forget about you."
Something.
No call, no show.
People get fired for that.
And that's what I'm saying. It's a thin line. And I've been in those situations where I'm just like, are you really a friend? Where I really have to question your friend style. Because if I borrowed money from somebody, that is living within me. Like I know when that day comes where I said that I was going to pay them back, if that day comes and I don't have it, I'm definitely giving you a call. There is no way that I'm actually going to forget that I owe you something and not call you to let you know that I can't give it to you right then.
You think it's embarrassment?
Well,
I've had it happen to me before.
Yeah, and I'm labeling these people friends, so I wouldn't see how it would be embarrassment. It probably would have been embarrassment for you to call me and ask me first.
That's fair.
You've already called me and embarrassed yourself to ask me. Not even to say it like that, but you already asked for the money.
Nobody borrowed money from Lisa.
The embarrassment is over. Like if you was going to be embarrassed, it should have been that initial thought.
Oh my God.
But yeah, so I'm
make this such a controversial podcast.
Listen, I'm just keeping it real.
Okay.
And I've actually had friends who you still owe me money and you call me back again for some more money. Do you know what I say to them?
These people.
I don't have it. I don't have it. I don't have it. Period.
I think that's fair.
And I've been in that situation. Now, honestly, I'm not even going to say that. I just, I don't mess with them no more. I don't talk to them no more.
It's just money.
I cut them off. I block them or did anything like that. I'm not saying that.
Right.
But I actually have been in situations with friends where they have literally asked me for money, not pay me back, call me again for money. Like
that's weird.
And I'm not even the person, and I guess it's weird. It's probably weird for me too, because I'm not even the person that say, well, I just loaned you some money and you didn't pay me back. I didn't even mention it. I didn't say anything about it.
Maybe forgot they borrowed it from you.
That's bad.
No, I'm not. It's not an excuse.
It's not an excuse, but that's why I just tell them I don't have it.
No,
I don't have it.
I don't think
if you forgot, you're gonna forget about round two too.
I don't think you have to keep giving people money. I think that's fair.
Yeah, and you're right. I don't have to keep giving people money, but since we're talking about friendships and things like that, and like you just mentioned, and passing money back and forth or whatever, I have definitely been in situations where, at least I have 2 people that I know that owe me money to this day and have not said nothing to me about it.
That's crazy. So I don't loan now that I'm a whole adult.
Yeah.
Right. Like I used to be like, I mean, I was still grown when I was doing it, to be clear. But like I'm growner now. Right. Like I've aged. And gotten wisdom.
Yes.
No,
yes.
But like I don't loan people money. Right. So not with the expectation of getting it. I don't loan my friends money. My friends, let me say this. This is so cute and funny and I love it so much. I don't have friends. Well, let me say this. All of my friends have a ton of money. So that's that.
Yes.
But if they needed something, like if they needed, because they nobody's calling me and asking me for $100.
Yeah.
If my friends are calling me, they're asking me for a couple $1,000. I don't have people who normally do that because they feel like if they'll tell me, I've had friends tell me later, like, oh, I needed this. And I'm like, why didn't you call me? And they're like, everybody's always in your pockets. So I don't want to ask you, But I've had people I know who are not necessarily friends that I will loan money, who, you know, whatever, who do not pay it back. And I don't be tripping. Let me say this. Most of the time, if people loan me money and they say, you know, I'll just tell them to keep it. Like when it comes time to pay me back, I'll shoot them a text. Like, don't be stressed out about this. Because I am a firm believer. And if you had to borrow the money in the first place, you're going to continue to need it. Because unless you say I'm borrowing it and I get a new job or something like that. But if your situation is the same, you're going to have the same money 2 weeks from now. Your check ain't changed. So you give me my $200 back or whatever that looks like, it's going to be a burden to you.
Yes.
And so in the position I'm in now, like when I wasn't in this position, I needed my money back, please. And I was making phone calls about my money back. But now, like, I don't know, but it does, like, I will tell you that it is annoying when I loan people money and they don't pay me back and don't say nothing about it.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't even want you to be at McDonald's, please.
Don't even be at McDonald's.
Look, can you pray for me? Because I'm serious. If you are someone I know and you have borrowed any amount of money from me and I see that you're having coffee.
Starbucks. Don't be at Starbucks.
How did you afford Starbucks?
We know that's expensive.
You owe me $200. Okay. How did you afford Starbucks today? I am very concerned about that.
Agreed.
Like, and what happens is, let me say what happens to me. When people borrow, so normally somebody borrow money from me the first time, I do not ask $500 to $100,000. I'd be like, you good, like you got it. You know what I'm saying? Because I got money to give.
Yeah.
What you think happens after that, Lise? You think they don't come back and ask me for it again? So if you ask me for it twice, I'm expecting my money back because now I'm not a bank, and I know the same God you know. So at the second time, I don't give them. I don't, because I know that that's what they were looking for, and I poise myself like I'm expecting my money back. And so it's then that I will be like, somebody will say, "Oh, I was just hanging out with my friend." Why are you not making installment payments? Oh, you went to the movies. You've seen Black Panther.
Okay.
Like, I know that ticket was $15.
Okay.
I'm sure you got popcorn. You could have deposited that $20 to my cash app.
Okay.
No, I don't be that petty. But but I do think to myself, that's interesting. That's
very interesting.
Very, very interesting. And I've had family borrow money from me, girl, and just act like they didn't.
Yes.
And I'm just like, I'm telling my husband, like, yo, people are mad weird. And I'm a giver. The thing is, you can pick up the phone, but that's when people kill me. Like, she got it. I do. It's not hurting me. I did not give to you. It was not a sacrifice for me to give to you, because I'm not even giving sacrificially unless the Lord tells me, right? So, like, I'm good.
Yes.
But nothing triggers you to say, yo, I got this from Crystal. I can't pay it back. Yo, I'm sorry, Crystal, I don't have it. I'm going to need another couple months. And then Crystal will have the ability to say to you,
don't even worry about it. Don't, exactly.
But you have taken my don't worry about it on about your business.
Went on about your business.
And so it's just like, I don't know. I think that the loan and money thing, and what's funny is no hard feelings. Right? Like you say, it's no hard feelings. It's like, it's whatever. Now you can't do it again. You can come to my parties. You can do but you can't get no more money out of me. You know, and that's just what it is. And so, but like I said, people close to me, really close to me, they can need it and won't ask me.
I feel you on
because
that.
and I love, and they will say, like, I'm sure a lot of people ask you for money. You know what I mean? Because I think I was saying in the first season, I don't know a lot of people, like, besides my friends who are attorneys too, and whatever. I don't know a lot of people with a lot of money. And so it is, they just assume that, I am the go-to person, and I am the go-to person.
Bank.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But
people can associate it that way too, right?
That's real.
The bank.
So there was somebody I was had helped out before, and they sent me, like, a lot of cases. I don't mind, because I'm a giver. I need you to know I am a giver, and that I will. It's so funny. Side note, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Sorry about this, guys. The other day, I was having a crisis of faith, and I was on my living room floor crying, because how I am. So, but it was a happy cry, because God had delivered me.
I know about those.
Yes. Maybe I'll tell it on this podcast. But God had delivered me from something, and proven Himself to be real. And I'm on the floor crying. I'm talking to my husband, and I was just telling him, like, I was in a stressful period,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just like, people, whatever, I don't know. And I said, he starts telling me how he sees me.
Mm-hmm.
It was the most beautiful thing ever. And he was like, you will give somebody the shirt off your back. I've never
Okay.
met anybody like you. And so he's like, people say it, but like you would really just go, oh no,
Mm-hmm.
you want this, have it. You're good. You're
Mm-hmm.
good. I'll figure the rest out,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
whatever. But people, I forgot where I was going with this whole story. But yeah, so that's where I was going. It's not that I don't want this to be like, oh my gosh, she said she a giver. She talking about, no, I am a giver. But what happens
Yeah.
is people like get to the point of like taking advantage.
Mm-hmm.
And so that I'm just not going to do.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to do. And so
Mm-hmm.
it's like, you can't call me. That's what happened. Like, you're in a need. Even if it's just like, yo, I just want to go to dinner. I haven't had a nice dinner. I'm going to slide you the money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But you can't call me on some super frivolous stuff and just think I'm just going to give you. I've had to just kind of decline that recently,
Yeah.
because I think that's unfair. Like, you serve the
Absolutely.
same God I serve. The
Mm-hmm.
same way the Lord provided for me to be able to give to you, he can provide for you to have it yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and so, but you don't want to go to God. You want to come to me, and I can't be God for you. I'm
Not
not
every
going to
time
be,
now.
look, no time.
No time.
And I'm not going to be God for you, because I told you what happened to me when I didn't have a ton of money, but I gave them a little money away from my profit sharing. And the Lord was like, yo, you can't, they going to you before they come to me.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be God for people.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And I take pains to try to talk to people about how I got to where I am financially. They don't want to hear it. I give them the books I read. I tell them the methods I use as far as like the Bible and the other books. And then just like the word I stand on and all of that. They don't care. They don't want to do that. They want a handout.
They want a handout.
And so,
They want the
I
easy
sound like
way
Trump.
out.
But
Ooh, why you have to bring that name up at all?
just want a handout. But I Lisa, I feel like, ooh, I'm about to vomit. Like, I feel so annoyed. Because no, like, I do find that most people are like, well, how did you get your success? Or they either want a handout or they want it to be practical. My life
you are one in a million.
Nothing about my life is practical.
Yes,
I
it's
walk
really
in
not.
miracles.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
Right? And so the miracles that are accessible to everyone. So when I tell people, like, I'm like, oh, I had faith, or I fasted, oh, I gave, $50,000, oh, I whatever.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. I want you to tell me that you went to school so I can figure out what program you studied. You don't want to hear God. It's one extreme or the other. Like, you don't want to hear that I deal in God's economy. Like, I literally deal in God's economy. And so the way that things happen to me are so profoundly God.
Yes. Yes.
And so it's just like, like, I don't look at things the way the world looks at them. And when I find myself looking at things the way the world looks at them, I get utterly and completely depressed. And that's not even a word I'm using lightly. When I find myself not walking in faith and walking in what I see, this world is dark.
It's very dark.
And very wicked. And I'm not even talking about like crime. I'm talking about the way the world has you looking at your finances. You looking at your bank account, or you looking at, oh my God, when I get paid, and how is this going to get paid? How's that going to get paid?
On a budget.
The way that the world, you know I'm talking about that. The way that the world has you looking at things will have you depressed. But then when you go to God and you can hit God, when you are giving such that you have access to Philippians 4:19, that God will supply all of your needs according to his riches and glory in Christ Jesus, because you have given. Then you can just be chill and be like, okay, cool. I know the bill here. I know I got this surprise bill I didn't know. I know my car just broke down. But God, that's the needs you said you supply.
God got me.
But what the world wants you to do, the world wants you to go to your bank account and say, oh my goodness, I only have $400 and it's going to be $600 to get my car fixed. Let me sell my watch. I'll smack you. I ain't selling no watch. I'm going to go before the Lord. Your word, look, let me tell you something, Lord. I'm a giver. I'm a tither. Go before the
Lord, please, guys.
I'm going to go before the Lord.
Yes, yes.
And I'm going to tell the Lord, like, this is what your word says, right? Like, so I'm going to be easy.
Yes.
But when you're operating from a position of the world, that thing will have you messed up.
It will.
And speaking, look, we off topic. I want to talk about this because you brought it up.
You good.
A budget. Y'all know I don't do no budget. My sister know I don't do no budget.
Yes, no budget.
I know what my bills are. They get paid. Most of my bills are on auto pay except one because I cannot remember the account
Out
number
of
to put it
all
on
of the
auto
bills
pay.
that you have.
That thing be late every month. Be 2 or 3 days late. They call me about it. I'm like, can y'all please put it on auto pay for me? Please. They're like, you have to give us the full account number. So anyway, but I literally have perfect credit. I have not had an actual late payment
Yes.
on my account in probably 10 years.
Oh, that is awesome.
No, not 10. That's an exaggeration. About 8 years.
That's not bad.
I've not been late on one thing.
That's great.
But I decided I was going to be responsible this year with my kids because my children, y'all, I've talked to y'all about, y'all, I'm talking about this, talk to y'all, how my kids spend. They just spend, and then, you know, we have a joint, a family Amex. That everybody has an Amex, American Express, a Platinum American Express. We have to pay it at the end of the month. It's a charge card, not a balance I can carry. Them brothers be spending on that. Especially Kennedy. Can y'all just pray for Kennedy?
Living it up on that American Express.
Kennedy be spending
Living
that.
It
So I told the kids, Chris and Katie, because Jay is, in New York making his own money. I told Chris and Katie, look, y'all can spend $500 a month. I'll give y'all $500 a month allowance. He said, that's good.
That's great.
Like I said, and I gave them $5 because both of them have cars. They don't got no car, no car insurance. It's literally spending money.
Yes.
So, and not only that, they get that plus 2 tanks of gas. Because let me tell you about your boy Chris. Chris, because he don't have to pay no gas, will drive his car up and down the road. Like the other day, not the other day, it's a couple months back, but his friend, he went to his homeboy's house, accidentally took his homeboy live an hour away. Accidentally took his homeboy's charger, gets all the way home. It's like, yo, I'm about to go drive his charger back. I said, if you don't cash up that brother $20 for him to buy a charger.
I know that's right.
What are you on? What are you on? But you ain't got to put no gas in your car.
Life,
you ain't got to buy oil change. You ain't got to buy no tires. All you got to do is drive. So I said 2 tanks of gas, dog. 2 tanks of gas. Lisa, my house was so stressed out. I was literally in a state of depression for about 3 weeks.
Wow.
And I could not figure it out. I was like, what is going on? Money flowing. It's so funny. I felt like I had a really slow month in business. I make the same amount of money that I make every month, probably more. I told my husband, I was like, I still did this much money this month. He was like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I was complaining that it's slow. Like, it was a real quiet amount, like it just came on in. Anyway, but even with money coming in, even with everything working out, I was depressed and stressed out. So I woke up one day, kids depressed and stressed out. Nobody complaining about the money. Like it was just, we were all just doing it. And it hit me. I said, it's that budget. It has choked us out. Like literally, wealth is my ministry. So I have taken my children's ability to spend away. And what's crazy, like for real, my kids don't spend like they'll spend up. The most Chris gonna do is like eat out. You know what I'm saying? He likes to eat out. He want to take a little girl, do something, whatever. Kennedy is gonna buy like expensive face stuff. You know what I'm saying? But Kennedy spends about $1,300 a month on the Amex.
On the Amex.
And so she gonna tell me, yeah, I feel like I could live off $500 a month. I was like, Kennedy, dude. And she was like, when I said, you spend $1,300 a month on the Amex, she was like, silence. But when I called them, I was just stressed out. I said, you guys, I texted them. I said, budget over. I said, stop spending stuff.
No.
I did.
You did.
I said, no. I said, y'all ain't on no allowance.
Okay.
I said, spend what you need to spend. Please go live your life. Please enjoy your life. Because we got money. You know what I'm saying? What am I trying to choke you out for?
That is.
And the thing is, they're already responsible.
Yeah, they're
so
responsible.
it's not even that, like, you're good. And girl, the minute that I lifted that budget, all the depression I felt.
What?
Gone.
I love that.
But I was like, I was choking myself out because my God supplies my needs. Ain't no bank account. Don't no bank account supply my needs. Don't no job supply my needs. No client supply my needs. God does. Now, if he tells me like, hey, this is how I'm paying for this, this blah, blah, blah. But other than that, that money's going to be there. Like, it's literally going to be there. And it's funny because I've asked God for certain amounts of money just to have. And he's like, what you going to do with it? You don't have a plan for it. You just want it sitting in your bank account. And the word of God says, do not store it for yourself. Do not store treasures for yourself on earth. That's Bible. It doesn't say don't store things because you're supposed to store it up for other people to give. And that's literally what I do. Like I have a ton of money that I just give away to charities. Like that's who I am. but my money gonna always flow.
It's gonna always
It's
flow.
gonna always flow. And so, cutting my kids off financially was like, I thought I was doing such a great thing. It was just so great. Don't let these kids spend. And
I mean, speaking of that, like I need to get to where you're at, okay? Because
you be choking them kids out.
they got a card. They got a card too, and they can use it not when they want to.
When they call me, ask
Every time
permission.
you want to swipe that card, you are calling me.
I
Call
think that's okay.
me.
Yes.
I need to know.
Yes.
Because I feel like kids can get reckless. Real reckless.
But I just think it's how you raise them. Because they ain't got reckless. My kids ain't got. Maybe
No,
13
no,
years old.
well,
reckless. I don't know. I don't know if that's reckless.
I mean, I don't want to say reckless. I mean, that's the lifestyle, right? That's the lifestyle that you have
true.
created
That's their
for
lifestyle,
them.
right?
Yes, like we are coming up in that lifestyle.
Yes.
You know, we're coming up to that lifestyle.
I got your back, Elijah Maya.
So
your mom ain't gonna cut you off.
I got to put them on a budget. We're using budget.
Yes.
I know it. I'm trying to refrain from that.
But that is really according to your faith. You got to move according to your faith,
according
baby.
to my faith, right?
Yeah.
And so with my kids, I feel like I don't want to give them too much, because I want them. I don't want them to understand the struggle, but I still want them to understand a little bit more the value of money.
You can't teach them to that without putting them on a budget. It's just me asking. I don't feel that I can. I just feel like, they've never had a credit card before, and maybe yours has been using the credit card for 2-3 years and they kind of really know. Or, well, actually, if they have been, they're just able to swipe it. So they really don't. They don't pay a bill. They don't pay a bill. No, I want that to be clear.
So everybody, I think that's what I try to get to register. That's what I try to get to register with them. Like a bill has to be paid. So let's just be cognizant that there's a bill that needs to be paid at the end.
Let me tell you Lisa, I don't mean to cut you off. Let me tell you something. Y'all probably think I'm so weird the way I raise my kids, dog.
And it's good. It's great. It's really great.
My kids really believe that God gonna take care of everything.
And that's awesome.
So they don't even register it as my mama got it. They really be like, God got me.
I love it.
Like that's really what they're on.
I love it.
It's wild. No.
I love it.
But they don't move according to, because if I say, whatever, they'd be like, okay, well, I'm going to pray about it and keep it moving. Like, that's what they're on. Prime example, Katie, y'all know I bought her that little BMW for Christmas. Uh-huh. So she lives in upstate New York. My son lives in Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. So she was like, I'm going to go visit MJ. So she normally takes the train to visit MJ. This girl going to tell me, Mom, I'm driving to see MJ. My baby is from Georgia, right? The suburbs. Uh-huh. So I'm like, you're not driving to New York.
How dare you?
Look, I was upset. I was really upset because I was like, Katie, I got insurance on that car. If I'm having that car, I'm going to have to take care of it. You don't have no job. You know what I'm saying? I said, so she think her mama is going to just do whatever. I was just very annoyed. So I said, Kennedy, she's 19, she about to be 20. I said, Kennedy, I don't want you driving to New York in that car. And so she just got very quiet. And then I was like, look, you could do what you want to do because I give my kids space. And to be clear, y'all, she was not asking my permission. She was telling me. I was giving her the direction that she better not do that. Yeah. So she was like, and my son lives in Brooklyn. There's no parking at his space. So all I could think was somebody going to break into my BMW. Mm-hmm. My husband was like, do you have an issue with the driving or the car? I said, the car. He was like, people have nice cars in New York.
I love that. Yeah.
Anyway, so I was like, yo, don't drive your car. But so she didn't. I told her, do what you want to do, but no, I ain't paying no deductible. I'm not getting that car fixed. That's going to be on you. This is me.
Knowing that you are.
No, Lisa, I was serious.
Yeah, I know you were at that time.
I felt serious. So I was like, so I texted her, this was this week. I texted her this morning. I was like, did you drive to New York? And she texted me back. She said, I prayed about it. I talked to MJ about it. I talked to some other friends who drive in New York, and I felt comfortable to drive, and my car is fine. Hey. That girl, but that's how they are. Like God got me.
Yes.
You can tell me all day you ain't paying for my car. Guess what? God gonna take care of me. Mm-hmm. And that's how they move. Mm-hmm. And so it's not a situation of, oh, is my mom gonna have it? Mm-hmm. They're just very much like, oh, mom said no, I still want this. Mm-hmm. It's gonna get got. And so, like, even Chris wants something for his birthday. And I'm like, you're going to have to go before the Lord. And so he came in, he's like, me and all my friends praying for this. And that you got your friends involved in your prayer life is great, you know? But he's like, no, like we're all praying for this. And I'm just like, okay, well, if God says he gonna do it, he gonna do it.
I love
But that's
it.
how, I mean, so that's, I don't want my kids to worship money.
Yeah.
I don't want my
you've
kids
always
to be
been like
limited
that.
by money.
Yes.
And so because of that, I give them money.
Yes.
I
yes.
give them that. And so I don't know. Just look, we all off topic. This was friendship,
What
love,
friendship? What?
and
Okay.
kids. Anyway, we sure appreciate y'all
Yes,
for
we
joining
do.
us.
Yes, we do.
We'll see y'all next time.
Peace.